It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC North foes. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Taken at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm. They'll start by running the option to the right. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And here's Taylor on the return. Stiff-armed him. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals now to take over. Here we go. They're led out by last season's comeback player of the year. In his 3rd season now, it's Joe Burrow. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
33 yards that time.
Here we go.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bengals grab it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd and 9. Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Jackson running again. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson. Over the now, a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
McPherson now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He was brought down by Eli Apple. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Now here's the option play going left. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Oh, what a juke into space. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 more there and another first down. Another run here with Dobbins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. 2nd and 5. Now Jackson going to take off with it. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is going to lose yardage here. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tucker's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for...
And this is caught! Touchdown! Jamar Chase, 59 yards. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
McPherson on for the point after. And it's 21-3. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
Kevin McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down. Jackson toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And Jackson throwing once more.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Burrow on play action.
He'll fire this complete to Hurst down the field.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. This is Mixon on the draw. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Back to Mixon on second down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Cincinnati. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter.
Here we go.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Mixon.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Inside handoff to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8.
And now they will throw it with Burrow.
That's taken in by Higgins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On one, ready?
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Burrow looking to pass. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 3rd and goal. Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now in Baltimore. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Jackson from the shotgun. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And some room to roam now. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the option, Jackson will keep it.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Jackson's going to keep it.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
It's a gain of a yard. That's
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. To throw is Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Burrow now off the bootleg. Rolling to his right.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is taken in by Hurst. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
That's going to be brought in by Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
Burrow will throw. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now it's Burrow. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it's just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.